This video is intended to be for training purposes only and should not be viewed as giving any advice of any kind for the suitability or non-suitability of any type of investment. We should always seek the advice of a qualified financial professional before making any decisions on any investments. One of the most important things we can learn is how banks work and how the banking system in our country works. Have you ever asked yourself these questions? Why doesn't my money grow? Why can't I save for a house any faster? Why can't I get ahead? Is there anyone out there that can help me? Your answer to these questions is learning how the banking system works. Decades ago, my grandparents got advice from their local banker. My parents did as well. But it's important to understand that things have changed. My parents trusted the banks. Can't they help me? The short answer to that is no. Banks have a use, but they're mainly transaction-oriented these days. They're a great place to deposit your paycheck and a place to borrow money or pay your bills. But we must remember that they are not your friend. They are a business designed, structured, and managed to make as much money as possible for their shareholders, often at the expense of their customers. I'll show you why. First, let's look at the shareholders. Most people think that their bank is owned by a large group of shareholders in the general population. And yes, it's true, the major chartered banks are bought and sold in the same equity market as many other companies, including other banks, around the world. But it's important to know who the major shareholders are. In truth, the major shareholders of all of the big banks are, surprisingly, the other big banks. This is true in the United States, Canada, and many countries around the world. It's an interesting exercise to trace who owns the banks where you are. But what does this mean? If you're shopping for a mortgage, a loan, or a good rate for your investments, are you really shopping? But let's take a look at how banks actually make money. Most of us know that they make lots of money with a variety of fees. And while this is true, this is not the main way they make money. Let's say you, as a customer, bring money to the bank, just like your parents did, and deposit that money into an account. In exchange for holding your money, they pay you what they feel is a fair interest rate. These rates are pretty standard and are posted on most bank websites. Whose money is it, though? It's yours, right? Aren't you in essence loaning the bank your money in exchange for interest? But what is the bank doing with your money? Do they keep it in the vault? No. While banks are required to keep some cash on hand, most quickly leaves the bank and is used in a variety of ways. Some of your money is managed by professional money managers. They routinely get returns of 8, 10, 12, or more % by investing in the markets. Your money is also loaned to others in the form of personal loans, business loans, mortgages, credit cards, lines of credit, and so on. There's good money made in these transactions. So, if you deposit a sum of money, and sometime in the future you apply for a loan or a credit card, isn't the bank loaning you back your own money? Often at a much higher rate than your savings. Banks are designed to make money for their shareholders, and they do it very well. Did you know that you can take your money to the same money managers that the banks use and bypass the banks? You just need to know how to access them. Some require substantial deposits, while others don't. An independent financial advisor will help you work this through and help you make the right decisions. An independent advisor works on your behalf and are rewarded financially for helping you to be successful.